The sweet spot. And go. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is another episode of Sunday Brew. We are finally consistent this time after having a little difficulty in the recent past. But Sunday Brew is a offshoot of the AVIOT podcast, Atypical Voices in Our Time, which we definitely ask for all of you to go out and check out on streaming services near you. I am your gracious co-host Jay Stokes, joined by Jay Random. How you doing, man?
All right, man. Maintain, Sunday football game about to come on. So, it's my Sunday football time.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So
game comes on matter of fact, a game come on at 9:30 today. Cause they're in
9:30.
London, I think. They're in London.
They're playing in London.
Yeah, they're playing in London, so the game comes on at 9:30 today, and then the rest of the games start coming on at 1 o'clock. So
Okay. Okay. Well, speaking of being overseas, right now I'm once again overseas again.
yes. You might as well just get a dual citizenship and just say you everywhere.
Exactly. But this time it's for a good cause. I'm in Portugal, Lisbon, to be exact, the capital, and I'm here for a friend's wedding, a close
Mhm.
friend of mine, and it's definitely been different. I tell you, Lisbon. I've never been to Portugal before. Never been to Europe actually, and
Yeah.
this area is pretty hilly. I didn't know about that, and that's been different. I looked up some things beforehand, like places to go,
Mhm.
the cuisine, some words, and it's been it's been nice. It's been nice. The one thing I will say though, I was a little skeptical at first because just being black over in any predominantly white country, I was skeptical about how I'd be treated here, bigotry, racism, and
Mhm.
believe me and my wife, we had some incidents of that. It hasn't
Yeah.
been too crazy, too blatant, which I'm happy about. But what I was surprised about, because I didn't look this up, they actually have a pretty decent black population here. I don't know if you call them Afro Latino, but yeah, I've been seeing quite a few. Um,
Okay.
yeah, even in the hotel, I understand the service people that are helping here, but just seeing black people walk up and down the street speaking Portuguese. A lot of them look like, I know I'm always saying no one really looks African, but just them, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if they're coming from the African continent and coming here, or maybe their ancestors were brought over here and that's where they ended up planting their flag.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's been a cool experience. The cuisine's pretty good. I tell you, we had peri peri the other day. You do you know of Nando's at all?
No. What is Nando?
So Nando's, it's a blend of Portuguese and South African cuisine that they have restaurants in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, and
Okay.
they have I think it's more kind of southern when you're going more the south part of the U.S. You see more of those Nando's stuff, and they have a type of chicken, and they call it peri peri chicken. I think it's a type of seasoning or sauce that they put on there, and
Okay.
it's banging. But I will say here
Mhm.
their peri sauce, we went to this restaurant, it was on point. We had clams. Oh my goodness, the food was excellent. And I think that Portugal, they have a big thing with seafood. In Lisbon, I should
Okay.
say specifically. I know when I was looking up online, they were talking about like salted cod. So we're gonna try that. We're here for a week, and that's gonna be that. I don't mean to dominate the conversation, but
No, how long is the wedding? You be there for a week? Just wondering.
the wedding was yesterday.
Oh
So
God, y'all making a vacation out of this. Gotcha. Okay, makes
yeah,
sense then. Because I'm saying to myself, damn, wait, when does this wedding start? You got to be
yeah.
there for a week. Okay, makes sense. You might as well make it. You might as well make a vacation out of it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's our season, and I feel that we might not be back here, so might as well take full advantage of Portugal, Lisbon at least. Obviously, you're not going to hit every place in the country, but being in the capital, I think that's pretty good. I know I touched on earlier the racial component and
Yeah.
I guess my skepticism or apprehension when it came to racial matters. One thing I will say, so the wedding yesterday was beautiful, and my friend who is white, his brother is actually in a mixed race relationship with
Mhm.
a black woman. I think she considers herself Afro Latina. And one thing that I thought was very interesting, and the reason I'm bringing up, like, obviously there's a race thing that I was worried about coming here, but I remember I did that podcast episode on the interracial dating slash marriage
Yeah.
like a few weeks back. So one thing I touched on there was allowing people to just like live their lives. You might have an opinion about it, but at the end of the day, people are going to choose who they want to be partners with. And
Correct.
both him and his partner, my friend's brother and his partner, they were talking to me, talking to my wife about experiences that they have had in America being a mixed race couple. And it was very interesting to me. The wife saying that black individuals, they will like talk crazy to her being in a mixed race relationship. And my thing is, you may have an opinion on it, but why do people always feel their need to insert themselves or to just like just talk to people any type of way? Why can't people just let people live their lives? And I wanted to get your
Agree.
thoughts on that.
No, no, I totally agree. Listen, I totally agree. A lot of times, people nowadays they have a problem with interracial relationships, right? So my thing is, listen, uh, you may have a disagreement, or you may feel a certain type of way, but I don't think it's your right to actually be so negative about it. Because at the end
Correct.
of the day, what they eat don't make you shit, right?
Correct.
That's just it. You know, it's not you, it's them. So why are you wasting so much energy and negativity on someone else's relationship? Worry about your life. You know, if they're happy, then they're happy. It is what it is. My only problem, and I think this is a problem I think a lot of people have, maybe you too, is I hate when interracial couples come together and they bash their
Correct.
race. That's what I
Correct.
don't tolerate. As long as you could be in a relationship, you could be in an interrelationship. I don't even care, but just don't bash your race.
Hmm.
Meaning, don't be a black woman dating a white guy and bashing black men. Don't be a white guy dating black women and bashing white women. Like you don't
Right.
need to bash your race to prove that you're in it. You
Right.
know, just be
Right.
happy with who you're with and just keep it moving. That's why I don't have a problem with it. The only problem I have, once again, is when interracial couples it seem to bash their race, and it's like you don't need to bash your race because that's when people get aggressive and be like, what? And that's when people start bringing up history, and we don't want that. It's like arguing about politics. If you're
Right.
happy, I'm happy. That's it. You don't
Right.
need to bash your race, and that's one thing I don't tolerate. Anything else I don't care about. It is what it is. I mean, listen, love is love, as they say, right? You can't, for a lot of people, they like who they like, and it is what
Right.
it is. Just don't
Right.
bash your race. That's all I say.
I got you with that. Yeah, when I was just hearing that story, it made me feel a type of way because I said my piece on that podcast episode, and I encourage everyone to listen to. It's called the Interracial Trap, and I
Yeah,
said my piece on there, and I'm unapologetic about what I said. But one thing, and I agreed with you, you can't be bashing your own people. To me,
yeah,
it screams I'm insecure. It screams I'm trying to prove something to somebody else, and this relationship might not be genuine. So
correct, correct.
yeah, that's something I'm really strong on. Another thing too, just being abroad for seems like forever. I've been
Mhm.
just missing out on a lot of American news. Do you have anything that you've been following? I know there's one specific topic. I'm gonna get into it with you in a minute if you don't mention it, but is there anything new that you think I'm probably missing? Because I haven't been on social media or anything, and plus, my computer is broken. So I haven't been
Yeah.
able to post anything on our platforms or anything either.
Nah, to be honest with you, I haven't really been on. Well, TikTok is just a cesspool of just time sinker. So good luck trying to find anything on that.
Hmm.
Instagram. Is Instagram and YouTube, they all follow the same algorithm, meaning if you look for something, that's all you're going to see.
Hmm.
So, only thing I've been seeing lately is just basically they still trying to drum up energy on this Puffy case. Now
You
there's sex tapes that's
what?
allegedly being leaked. Yeah,
Are you
well, not
serious?
leaked. They're trying to be shopped. They're shopping sex tapes. So the big thing now is there's a sex tape with Sean Combs and a young actor. Whoop de doo.
After
Act. Hey. I'm just saying what they're saying. At the end of the
okay,
day, I just feel like who cares? Can we just move on? Can we just start this trial? Can we just it's yeah. So that's all I've heard. I haven't heard anything else. Politics, we try not to talk too much about politics on here. Uh, Politics, it is what it is. Can't wait till November 5th Really November 5th and then the 6th, because that's when we find out who's who, and then we just move on with our life, hopefully. And I think that's it. Like I said again, sports. NBA started up last night,
Oh, word. I'm so happy
preseason.
about the NBA right now.
I'm sorry, Friday
Okay.
started the preseason.
All right.
I'm pretty sure you saw WNBA. I'm so happy that the Aces won a game.
Bro, I
Man,
think they're getting swept because they haven't beaten the Liberty all season.
yo, listen, I'm glad they won a game. I think tonight's another night. No, it's not tonight. I think it's Tuesday. I know they try not to have it when football's on, which is smart.
Very smart.
Very smart.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, that was a good game. It was a nail biter. I'm glad it went on a 16-0 run to beat New
Ooh,
York because New
okay.
York was really feeling themselves.
Okay.
Uh, one thing I must say, and I'm pretty sure if whoever watches these games, they will have to say it too. The females play harder than the guys do. I don't
Correct.
know if it's because of the refs, because nowadays the refs call everything in the male basketball, but there's blatant fouls that goes on in the WNBA and no one gets called. It takes a long time for a foul to go down.
Mhm.
I even feel some of the fouls when I'm watching it. I'm like, what? I'm flagrant.
One
T.
one thing I will say, I think that when it comes to, and I'm gonna circle back to your other points later, but I
Yeah,
think when it comes to the NBA,
yeah,
because they're high flying individuals,
yeah.
their chances of getting hurt is higher, right? Because
Yes.
if you're hitting somebody in the air, that's it. That's their career. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I can understand why they're being so kind of they're calling all these whack fouls in the NBA. Although I do miss the '80s, early '90s rules and early
yeah.
2000s. I felt like that gameplay was better. And when we talk about WNBA, when we're talking about the
Hey,
Aces
Maya.
specific, oh hey Mia, how you doing?
Mia, Maya. It got you. It probably pronounced Mia. We'll go with
Okay.
Mia. Unless you say otherwise.
Yeah, yeah. For people who are watching, just feel free to drop comments in the comment section. Please be respectful. That's the reason for this, for us to interact with the audience out there.
Yes.
But when it comes to the Aces specifically, I think that the WNBA has something against them. And so when they're getting pushed around, mushed and hit, they hardly get any fouls called on them. That's just been a problem all season.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Yeah. No, yeah. But it was I see what is it? Minnesota beat Connecticut. So now it's
dang.
2-1.
Oh man, come on.
Yeah. Beat them bad too. Beat them bad. It
Really?
was yeah. I mean, when I saw the game at one point, I think they were down by 15, 20,
Oh
and
my
whatever the game
god.
was after, yeah. Connecticut didn't show up for game three.
Oh my
Yeah, so
god.
now, yeah. So now it's 2-1, Minnesota.
Oh, Connecticut
Uh,
could have taken it.
yeah,
Connecticut could have taken, like, all you needed was 2 more games. So now
yeah,
if they win the next one, they have to win the last one in Minnesota.
exactly. So Minnesota, they came to play. They put the brakes. They did, yeah. They did a real good job against
That's
Connecticut.
5. What happened to my
Yeah,
squad? Hurt.
yeah,
I'm hurt. I don't want
exactly.
to see a New York Minnesota finals, but I feel like that's what it's gonna be. New York versus Minnesota.
Yeah,
I I don't
yeah. I
want
think
it.
so too. I think so too. I don't think the Aces has another one in them because
No. I picked them losing. I thought they were gonna get swept. I said they're gonna lose in 4 games at the most. I think that's it. That's it for them. And y'all quote me on this. I think Aces fall next game.
hey, so let me ask you a question. So, what do you tell me if you know anything about this Unrivaled game, this
Yeah,
team, this league? Tell
yeah.
me how you feel about that.
I like it because, so for those of you who don't know, Unrivaled is a league that's started by Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, both UConn alums. So I am a fan of both of those players. And they started a league in Miami. And basically, this is a way for women in WNBA to get paid and not have to go overseas during their
Yeah.
off season. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how the league is structured. It's not a traditional 5-on-5 format, but I think it's maybe like 3-on-3, something like
Yeah,
that. But
5-on-5 now. They switched
they
it up.
they switched
Update,
it.
update. So now it's 5-on-5. Um, the newest person who joined it is Reese.
No,
Miss Reese?
Angel been
Angel.
on there.
No, huh? I'm sorry, say that again.
Angel been on Unrivaled.
Oh,
They
because they made it
announced
seem
that.
like she just announced that she's joining on Rival, and their season starts in January, I think they said.
Yeah, so it's a good way.
And the cool thing about it, from what I've heard, because I don't know too much about it, but it seemed like they're making more money. in this
Yeah,
league.
and they won't have to go.
WNBA better watch out.
They won't have to go overseas, and
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. I understand overseas play; it has its benefits. Playing against other people in different countries, the fouls are going to be harder. That's what
Hmm.
prepares them for the Olympic Games because the style of play is different. But
Yeah.
I like this for them. Angel, I feel, is going to be a big draw because I don't know if you've been watching her podcast. Listen, this woman is magic. And I've praised Angel
Hmm.
Reese up and down because she makes something out of her brand. Her popularity is not manufactured, it's genuine because even before LSU, when she was in college, won their championship, she had a big following. I found out about her after the shoe block. I think you saw the shoe block before too, right?
Yeah.
So she's been that woman, and so her podcast is nice. She had Dwayne Wade. That was her last guest on there. They
Okay.
had I've never seen Dwayne be so comfortable. They were
Mm.
literally having a conversation, and it
Okay.
wasn't it wasn't an interview anymore. Angel, her interview style is different, but she just talks to people, and they have a conversation. And she talks about her life. The person talks about their life. They just seem comfortable. She had Cheryl Swoops on before. She had Mariah the Scientist and Lotto on. So she's
Wow. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
she's
I didn't even
doing
know. I
it.
mean, I heard of her podcast, but never. Once again, my algorithm. So if it was on YouTube, I had to click on it probably one time to probably stay on there. But you know how it is. I got to look for it. And I didn't
Yeah.
even know she even had a podcast. So
Oh yeah, it's called Unapologetically Angel. She started because she felt that there were a lot of media narratives about her out there that were just
okay.
false. She needed to combat that herself, and
So how's her wrist doing? How's her wrist doing for her to be starting back up in January with this new
she
league?
she had the surgery
Hmm.
and she's in a brace now. So before she
Yeah.
had the white cast, but now she's
Yes.
in brace, and she said she'll be ready by January. I think it was a hairline fracture, and
Okay.
so got it like stapled shut because there was a potential for it to get worse over time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
but she's gonna be a draw. Most of the aces are on there except for Asia. So Kelsey's on there,
Yeah.
Chelsea's
What
on.
about Asia not there?
Asia is in another stratosphere. Whatever she did this past off season is why she's so dominant this season and why she
Mhm.
had MVP and it was unanimous. Like no one else voted for anybody else but her.
Yeah.
She was killing it all year. So I think, however she trained, she might go back to that again, get back in her bag. And she was robbed the defensive player of the year. I don't care what anybody says. Asia was robbed because they gave it to Nafisi Collier. And me being a UConn fan,
Hmm.
obviously I'm full for my Huskies, but I gotta be honest. Nafisa Collier did not deserve defensive player of the year. If you look at her and Asia's stats head to head,
Yeah.
Asia actually does better in the stats. She had more rebounds. I think she had more blocks. She had, I think, a better defensive rating. So Asia, I don't know how. I think that they're like, all right, we need to not let Asia get all the awards. And I think the reason why is because the league, the media people out there, they don't want Asia being a very outspoken black woman because they like their black women a certain way. The way
Hmm.
Nafisa Collier is, she's more soft spoken, she's more to herself. It's like be humble. But Asia, much like Angel and Dejanay, very outspoken, very loud, and
Hmm.
that's fine. But I think they don't want that image of a black woman to be promoted. So if Asia sweeps all the awards, they know that her case for being the greatest WNBA player of all time, which she's making a great case for right now, is going to get stronger.
You
So
think she gonna win it next year? MVP?
MVP, I'm a little concerned just because I'm not going to mention her name, but I know that there's certain people that the media, a certain person that the media is going to try and push. So I wouldn't be surprised if that person doesn't
Well,
get
let's
it.
be honest. Let's be honest. If that person goes into her bag and ups her 3-point shot, less turnovers, and keep the passing going, then I mean that's only those are two things I think that's hurting her. Turnovers and her 3-point shot is trash.
I think what happened is if you look at the pattern of her,
Yeah,
so someone did a talk about her before,
yeah.
but she was with Iowa, and they looked at her stats over the Iowa years. They
Hmm.
said, "Look, she doesn't really change. She's always the same player over and over and over and over and over again."
Yeah.
So I think she's very stubborn, and she said, "Well, this has gotten me to this point right now.
Hmm.
She add some more tricks to her game, like Sabrina Ionescu did. Like Sabrina Ionescu became a better defender, and that's I couldn't stand Sabrina. I still have my feelings about her, but I can't I can't deny she is a way better defender than she used to be. She's gotten in her bag. She got a little floater game. Her ball handling has gotten better, and she can shoot. She can shoot threes from half court too if she wanted to.
That's what I'm saying. That's
But
what I'm
she's
saying. So
that's not helping. I just feel that the other girl, her temper is too much because
mhm,
she has a temper problem. I don't care what anybody says.
mhm.
Caitlin has a temper problem. If you see how she is, she can be a dirty player at times. You just got to look. Like even when Connecticut knocked them out, Connecticut Marina Mabry hit a three over Caitlin, and that was her defensive assignment. Caitlin was like a whole football
I
field
see
away
it.
from her.
Yeah,
And you saw then she like threw her hands up in
yeah,
disgust. It's like
I see it.
who missed your assignment, so why you mad?
Yeah, yeah,
You know? So
yeah. No, 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 no. So, and I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. If she does X, Y, Z, then it's kind of. But if she wins it off of not changing, then that's bullshit. That's all I'm
well,
saying.
well, you gotta look at it like this year, right? So her fans are crashing out because she didn't get a unanimous Rookie of the Year award. One person voted for Angel. Angel should have gotten more votes because if you actually
Mhm.
look at her net rating is higher. Angel's a better defender. So there are more at play than people were looking at. They just look at the eye test. They love Caitlin's passing. They loved her shooting. But when it came to actual like team impact, you can take Caitlin off of Indiana Fever and they would still perform well. You can't. You took Angel off of the Chicago. You see how they crashed out at the end, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, and that's not to say Angel was the best player on Chicago Sky, but she was very integral to that culture, to the team doing well. And she was the only All Star from her squad. Indiana Fever had three All Stars. They had Kelsey
yeah,
Mitchell, Aaliyah, and Caitlin. So I'm just like, Angel didn't even have that much help like that either. They cycled through a different roster. So anyway, I'm just saying all to say that media, a lot of times, they go with narratives and stories as opposed to the actual truth. And
yeah,
that Rookie of the Year campaign, Caitlin shouldn't have gotten 66 votes and Angel only get one. Even if Caitlin won Rookie of the Year, it should have been more votes dispersed towards Angel. I believe so. And Rakia got
gotcha.
I can't let Rakia Jackson be dismissed either because she got in her bag at the end of the season too. So I got to recognize her. And another rookie, you probably haven't watched her, but you saw the Dallas Wings playing sometimes. The little white girl, the point guard, JC Sheldon from Ohio
Yes,
State. She did her thing, and I'm so mad no one talked about JC Sheldon. Like JC Sheldon, good defender, good at just controlling the pace of the game. But she's going to have a very successful career in the WNBA, I
cool.
believe.
Okay.
But yeah. Sorry, we got into sports talk a lot, y'all. I just want to circle back to something you said with the Diddy thing. Speaking of media and storylines, right? I think the reason why they're focusing so much on his intimate encounters, especially him messing around with guys allegedly or young boys, I think those are salacious headlines that the
Yeah,
media knows is going to sell a story. Because for some reason, even though people say, "Oh, just because someone sleep with someone, that's not that big of a deal," it is because every time someone has a sex tape, every time someone's nudes leak, every time someone's dating somebody, it's a big headline. So
yeah,
that shows it's bigger than what people make it out to be, and that's what people focus on. If you find out Diddy is messing around with Trey Songz, and that didn't happen. We don't know. I'm just saying this is me
yeah.
making up a hypothetical scenario. If you find that out, that's going to be dominating the news cycle for like a month.
Correct, correct. No, I agree. I agree, and I think that's why it's not about Diddy; it's about politics. So, no,
Correct.
I agree.
Yeah. Even I will say you wanted to pause on the politics talk, but I just gotta mention this real quick.
Yeah,
Did JD Vance surprise you during that debate?
surprise me. How? What do you mean?
Just his delivery and his overall approach to it. Because when you see his running mate Trump, how he was acting with Kamala, then you would think JD Vance would kind of fall suit, be a little unhinged, but he seemed pretty poised, even if what he was saying was nonsense.
Hmm. No, I
That
agree. I agree. I agree. He was more toned down than he seemed like he took it serious, but he still was doing a bunch of speaking nonsense. I feel.
mhm.
Uh, I think he's he's portrayed, I think, a whole lot better than the cat lady thing that we were hearing about him. You know, women with cats, and yeah. So I think he really felt like, okay, this is the time I need to tone it down and show people a different side of me.
Mhm.
And I mean, he definitely did that. But I mean, when it's all said and done, not to speak politics, but I just can't wait for it to be over. Go vote for whoever you need to vote for, and come to six. Let's just get back to what we need to get back to, because nothing's really going to change anyway, unless you're voting for your local. That's what changes. I mean, you know, and it's scary too because we think about it. So we vote. So we tell people to vote, for your local elections, right?
Mhm.
And as of now, we had a bad hurricane that happened last week, and everybody's in recess. So
That's
go
crazy.
figure. Go
And this
figure. So who we voting for again?
yeah,
Like,
this is why
you
people
know,
need their politician to help them out.
they need these politicians now to go back in to vote for aid, more aid. FEMA can only give $750. That's FEMA. FEMA can only give that. That's only but that's because when stuff like this happens, they need to come back together and vote for a bigger package. You know, I'm tired of this misleading on the social media where a lot of people are saying they think it's funny now, saying, okay, North Carolina is now Ukraine, now give me money. And it's like it's not even like that. you know
Mm, mm.
whatever Ukraine's
That's
been getting, whatever Ukraine just got, that was voted for before they went on vacation.
I
Any
see.
money that you need now, this they have to come back together. They have to leave their recess, seriously, leave their break. Because
Mhm.
did you know that I think, and quote me if I'm wrong, and I apologize if I'm wrong, but I think they come back after the elections if they
Are you
don't
serious?
come back to vote. They're gone for 6 weeks.
What? That's way too long, dude.
That's too long, especially when it's like, y'all can't just come back in and take another vacation. Like, come back, vote for more aid, help people from Florida to Tennessee. So we
Mhm.
got Atlanta in there, we got North Carolina, we got Tennessee. Help, give more money, give more resources, and then go back. That's the part I don't understand. I mean, I think that's the sad. I think that's. I don't think it's sad. It's sad. It's
Mhm.
sad because when you look at these towns, is literally like a bomb went off.
That's unfortunate. And
So,
yeah, I
not to
wonder.
speak politics, I just want everybody to come back in and do their job. We voted
Here,
for you.
though. Now, do you think it's loosely related? Do you think that
Yeah.
people in North Carolina and the South maybe they should start building their houses with different materials, like maybe doing, I think like cement, concrete. I know in Ghana, for example, they build
Yeah.
their house differently. I think they do cement. But do you think that that's what they should maybe do so that if something like this happens, their houses can withstand it? Like, for example, in California, how they
Yeah.
build houses different material because of the earthquakes.
Yeah. So it sways when the earthquake hits. Yeah. See, what I think the problem lies is that everywhere that got hit wasn't supposed to get hit. Never got hit before.
Okay.
So you don't know until you know. Just like New Orleans, before Hurricane Katrina hit, houses weren't built on stilts. They were
Mm,
just built regular to the ground. And then after Hurricane Katrina, when people rebuild their houses, they build them on these stilts now. So when the
mm,
rain or when the flood comes, you got like a lot of empty space, which is basically you can park a car there or whatever, but it's that high off the ground now. So they build their house different. Same thing with California. California wasn't building those houses like that till the earthquakes started hitting. And then now they build houses that, they could sway. So I'm pretty sure when they rebuild, they're gonna rebuild it. Now it may never happen again, but
mhm.
still they definitely gonna rebuild their house different, you
It's
know.
better to be proactive than reactive. That's the
Yeah.
thing. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Because
Yeah.
because because when you look at the map, right, and it's so funny because when I speak to people, they say, "Hey, normally it's coastal.
Mm.
When hurricanes hit, it's coastal.
Yeah. Yeah.
To bring in all that water, it has to be coastal. But the way it went, it literally went inland. And where Asheville's at, this Asheville, one of the towns that got hit real bad, and boom, they're mountains. So when you think about it, you're not thinking that water is going to go down because you think about it, it's mountains that's up, right? And
Mm,
then at the bottom are these towns. So you're not thinking that the water is going to flush those towns underneath. So you're thinking the mountain is probably the best spot to be at. We even watch TV shows with End of the Earth, and everybody's going to the highest part of the mountains for
mm,
some strange reason because of this once in a lifetime hurricane that hit. It wasn't that the mountains cause all the flooding at the bottom because where else is it going to go? Can't go
mm,
up. It's only going to go down. And then a lot of dams broke too, right? Same thing with Hurricane Katrina. A lot of
mm.
dams broke. So there's a lot of factors that happened that they weren't that never happened before. Like like we hear of dams getting high, but you never hear of them breaking. And two of them. So I think this is a combination of a lot of things happen that no one was not looking forward to, but no one knew could happen.
Yeah, no one predicted it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one predicted it because when you think about inland, you don't think hurricanes would flow and be that powerful. And now we have a new hurricane that's coming. I think
Sheesh.
Wednesday, but it's going to hit Tampa. But once again, this is a coastal. It's Tampa, and then it's coastal. It's gonna be, like you guys may feel it a little bit. It is going to go out into the sea. But we have three more hurricanes that's coming. One
God.
coming this Wednesday, and
And they
two,
say
they don't know what's going on.
and they say
So hurricane season ends November 26th.
mm,
So
mm. Terrible.
yeah, it
Ter-
is. It's terrible.
yeah. But hey man, listen, unless you got anything else, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. Enjoy your time. Take a lot of pictures.
Wait. What's brewing for you this week though? We'll get to me. What's brewing for you?
Man, ain't nothing brewing for
You-
me. Let me see. Yeah. So we had a concert we were going to go to on the 10th to go see this singer, Sir, but it got canceled for the second time. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm so over this concert being canceled. The next time they give me the green light, I'm getting a refund. Shout
uh,
out to Sir, good singer, but it's just too much, man. It's too much of booking hotels, getting all excited. Then you get an email saying postpone again. You like, man, listen, because we were supposed to go in August and then it got postponed because we had a hurricane that hit, but a hurricane it was like a rainstorm. It wasn't even bad, but still, you can't tell, right?
right.
So that was a smart thing for him to do was to postpone that concert in August, and then it got rescheduled back in September for October, and then I got an email 2 days ago saying postponed again. So what was supposed to be brewing was supposed to go away to Raleigh, spend some time with the wife, and listen to some good music. Now, nothing really. I do have something planned for her on Saturday, but nah, that's it. Just taking it easy, man. What's brewing with you?
Just,
Oh
yeah.
well, you're
Con-
away. So
yeah, I try to get like some of the background. You see, I open the blind.
yeah, that looked like a regular hotel with a raggedy AC unit on the top. So you probably want to shut your blind. Your blind was probably better off. You better off representing the blind. Yeah, look. Now we know
Close the
you somewhere. You just not home.
blind.
Oh man.
But yeah, now just continue to explore Lisbon and
Yes.
learning about new culture. I definitely was getting into Portuguese music while I've been here. Every time I go
Okay.
to, I listen to the music of that country. I'm still stuck on those musicians I listen to in Mexico. There's this singer Kenia Os, Kenia
Okay.
Os, and I'm stuck on her stuff. She doesn't really have that many songs out, but the
Mhm.
songs she has put out, or the albums, I should say, I really like. Oh, now when the episode's about to end, now we have people popping into. You see the viewers are going up now, right?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, man. We about to
We
end
wrapping.
this. What? Sorry, what you say?
No, I said we wrapping this up.
Yeah, man. But thanks, guys. Hey, listen, y'all can always go back and watch the show. We'll have it up, what, in about 10 minutes? Or no, I'm not
Nah,
even
nah,
going to give the pressure on you.
uploads. Yeah,
Okay. But
yeah,
yeah, so now that's what's brewing with me. Listen, have fun, you and your wife. Enjoy. And we'll be talking. You said you come back sometime this week, so
Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday.
cool, cool, cool. I didn't know if you want the fans to know you're coming back. That's why I say back sometime this week.
Yeah, yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Listen, it's my time. It's my time.
Yes, yes. You're right about that. Let's get it.
Yeah. All right, man. Until next time, and y'all make sure to tune in every Sunday. We start the show around 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast of the United States. So that's that. But all right, man. It's been good.
All right. Peace.
Peace.